tell us about the character you portray? Describe the character's personality, special trait, and their relationship with other members of the Fantastic Four family.
I would describe Reed Richards as many things. He's a scientist. He is an explorer, and he is a husband. And I wouldn't put it necessarily in that order. If anything, I might reverse the order. He's very smart, and his brain is addicted, I think, to the universe and beyond, and solving equations, and always understanding the mathematics of reality, and in a world of numbers, so that you can always come up with a solution. But what really anchors him and really defines his identity is his relationship to his family, and the position that he has within a people of four, and also his relationship to his partner, to his equal, to his leader, in some senses, his wife, and the future of becoming a father, and how that is a much more complex equation to work on than all of the complexities of science.
I play a character called Johnny Storm. His personality is he's curious, he's silly, he's adventurous, he's fiery. His special skill is setting himself on fire and flying. And Johnny's relationship with the other members of the Fantastic Four, he is the biological brother of the brilliant Sue Storm, the brother-in-law to Mr. Reed Richards, the brother from another mother to Ben Grimm.
So Sue Storm is known as Marvel's mother because she was the first mother of Marvel, and she has 2 kids in the comics. And her powers are becoming invisible and using force fields to do that. So therefore she can use force fields to move things and to move frequency. And yeah, it's a very special power, I think. Her relationship to the others, well, her little brother Johnny I think they have a beautiful sibling relationship, and we loved playing it. I loved it. Ben, I always felt like he was her secret best friend too. And they had a very private relationship, I think, that was always really special. I mean, friendship. And then, of course, Reed, Sue and Reed are inseparable. You can't have one without the other. And that was something that we loved about the comics. They were just always defined by each other in a beautiful way that was always really moving. And of course, they share this family together. So it felt amazing to do it in partnership with these guys, not alone.
Yeah, Ben Grimm is a very practical, kind of terrestrial man, whereas Reed lives in a world of abstraction. I think Ben has his feet on the ground. He is deeply committed to his family. I think Ben is a very loyal man, and after they go through this profound transformation, he's even further enmeshed with his family. He has a real need to depend on these people that are so close to him, people that knew him before, and that he can sort of feel at home with. I think he's a person, because he's been transformed into quite a scary-looking thing. Home is very important to him, where he can feel comfortable, and these other characters are his home.
Vanessa, as Sue Storm, you are one of the most powerful and multi-dimensional figures in the MCU. Tell us how it felt to portray such an important character in this film.
Mm-hmm. It felt really meaningful to portray such a powerful, well-known, loved character in the Marvel legacy. I remember just, before I met Max Shakman, I went back and started reading the comics from the 60s, and even from just first finding stuff online, it was so clear how loved she was and how specific she was, and how she was defined by her compassion and her empathy as well as her power. And there was something that was linked for me about both those things. And also the fact that I just loved her entire journey from being called Elizabeth. Oh my God, the Queen.
Margaret.
Elizabeth I. No, I've got confused. Invisible Girl by her husband, all the way to her
Otherwise
naming...
known as Elizabeth.
The Elizabeth woman.
This happened a lot this week. And then her renaming herself Invisible Woman because of the journey she goes on, and she becomes Malice, and she's just so iconic to me and really special. But I was excited about mostly about the love that she has for her family and her children and her husband, because you can be really badass, you can be a super strong female superhero, but it seemed awesome that it was also asking her to be pregnant and, give birth and try and always lead with love before, except Malice, which I'm excited. Hopefully one day we get to do.
Joseph, Johnny Storm is classic adrenaline junkie. How does his fiery personality come to life as Human Torch, and how does it affect his relationship with the rest of the family?
How does Johnny's adrenaline-seeking behaviors affect the rest of the family? Well, in this film, we see him, there's something quite aspirational, and there's a yearning for space. He's very fascinated about space. So he will go to the brink of the atmosphere as far as he can go before hurtling back down to Earth, which I think is quite strange behavior. So I think his family would probably be a little worried about him. I think he probably drives his family a bit nuts. I think he's a bit of a caution, but makes up for it in other ways.